Dear children, welcome back to our English classes. We are in the story The Wooden Cup. All of you remember Robertino and his grandfather? What about their parents? How Robertino behaved at the end of the story? And Robertino taught his parents the lesson. They should love and take care of their aged parents. He made a wooden cup. This made his mother think about her doings, and at last she understood her mistake. Thus, our Robertino taught his parents the lesson of love. Okay, first question: how did the grandfather entertain the boy? What does it show? How did the grandfather entertain the boy? How did the grandfather entertain the boy? Grandfather told him wonderful stories. Grandfather told him wonderful stories, and it showed that they loved each other. They loved each other. Okay. Second question: why did the mother speak angrily? What was the grandfather's reaction? Why did his mother speak angrily? Because grandfather's hands shook and the coffee spilled on the clean white tablecloth when he was drinking tea. The cup fell down also. It broke into pieces. That is why she became angry. Okay. Third question: what made the kitchen a beautiful land? You knew that Robertino and his grandfather spent their time in the kitchen. As soon as Robertino finished his dinner, he would run to the kitchen to be with his beloved grandfather, and the kitchen became a beautiful land where there was no pain and no sadness. We understood the relation between grandfather and the grandson. So, when his grandfather was in the kitchen, he immediately finished his food or dinner and went to the kitchen, and they spent their time there. So it became a beautiful land. There was no pain and no sadness. Okay. Fourth question: is the mother right in thinking of giving the old man a wooden cup? Justify your answer. Is the mother right in thinking of giving the old man a wooden cup? No, she is wrong. It was not the grandfather's fault. He dropped the cup because he was old and his hands were shivering, or his hands were shaking. Very often his hands were shaking. Okay. Fifth question: pick out the expressions that show the boy's love for his grandfather. Boy's love for his grandfather. What about you? Robertino was upset. One sentence. He collected the broken pieces of the cup carefully and began to put them together. Then he took a small piece of wood from the fireplace and began to chip it, keeping his eyes on the earthen cup. Okay, these sentences showed the boy's love for his grandfather. Okay, how did the boy teach his parents the lesson of love. How did he made a wooden cup? That is, he took a small piece of wood and began making a wooden cup out of it. When his mother asked him what was he doing, he answered that he was making a wooden cup for her to have when she grew old and weak. Hearing these words, his parents learned the lesson of love. Seventh question. Do you like Robertino? Do you like Robertino? Yes or no? I think your answer is yes. Robertino, a good child. He taught his parents the lesson of love and to take care of their aged parents. They should love and take care of their aged parents. This message was conveyed by this Robertino. That is why we admire him. Okay, now side questions. You can write all these side questions in your notebook. Here, on page number 119, you can see some questions. You have noticed that Robertino loved his grandfather very much. Don't you love your grandparents? Don't you love your grandparents? What's your opinion? Yes or no? I think all of you love your grandparents. Okay. Then, how would you care for your grandparents? How do you care for your grandparents? You can write in a paragraph. Okay. Your relationship with the not grandfather, only grandparents. Okay. Then second question. Grandparents means grandfather and grandmother. Your relation between grandparents and you. Don't you remember the stories your parents and grandparents told you? How did you feel then? Recollect a story and present it in the class. You may also describe the feelings you had when you listened to it. It is also an individual activity. You can present stories. Whenever we got time, we can present. Third question. Describe any memorable incident that happened when you were with your grandparents. Role play it in the classroom. It is also a classroom activity. Memorable incident between you and your grandparents. Fourth one, see how happy Robertino and his grandfather were in the kitchen. Imagine how they spend time with each other. Describe such a scene. Description, that is their relationship or their friendship, their deep love for each other, their conversation, the activities they engaged in. You can write in a paragraph. It is an individual activity for you. Then you have seen how love binds all members of the family together. No wonder love is the string of a necklace, the beads of which are the members of the family. You must have had a lot of happy occasions when a family and relatives got together. Describe any such occasion in your own words, birthdays, weddings, etc. You can describe about your birthday or a wedding function in which you participated, you have participated. Okay, it is also individual activity. You can do it individually. Memorable occasion about your birthdays or about a function, wedding function or any other function. Then we celebrate so many days. One such a day is Grandparents' Day. In many countries, for honoring grandparents, Grandparents' Day is celebrated. Do your grandparents live with you? Prepare a greeting card expressing your love and care for your grandparents. it is a task that you can prepare a greeting card for your grandparents. We in this unit prepared birthday card and also then Teachers Day celebration. On connection with the Teachers Day celebration, you prepare another greeting card, thank you card. Okay, here you can prepare a card, that is greeting card to your grandparents. Greeting card to your grandparents. Okay. Then answer the questions based on the reading of the story The Wooden Cup. It is also individual activity. You can read the questions. 9 questions are here. Then you can answer. First one, I will help you for first one. How many characters are there? How many characters are there? Robertino, grandfather and his parents. 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Robertino, grandfather, father and mother. 4 members. Comments. Robertino and his grandfather loved each other. The mother did not care for the grandfather. Then you can read the other questions and answer the questions. Okay. Then can you retell the story The Wooden Cup? As a first step, fill in the boxes with your major events. Here you can see some boxes. You can complete the boxes by saying the major events in the story. First event, a family of 4 members in Italy, Robertino, his parents and his grandfather. Then another important event, grandfather loved Robertino very much. He told him lot of stories. You can write that event in the second column. Then third column, fourth column, and you can complete at the end of the story. Then arranging it in a proper sequence, then you can write the story in your own words. Then you can complete the story wheel. Okay. First of all, you can write the story in your own words. Then you can complete the story wheel. It is also simple activity because all are based on the story. Then, how did Robertino bring back love and happiness to his home? How did Robertino bring back love and happiness to his home? He taught his parents a lesson. What is the lesson? Love and care, or take care of their aged parents. They should love and take care of their aged parents. That is the lesson taught by Robertino to his parents. You can write a paragraph about that incident. Then, what is the difference between house and home? House, it is Maligaparampil house, Bethel house. So many house we can see. What's the house? House, it is built by hands. Built by hands. But home, it is not built by hands. It is built by hearts. That is the difference between house and a home. Once again listen. House, it is built by hands. House built by hands. Home built by hearts. Do you understand? Home built by hearts. House built by hands. That is the difference. Here, a house is built by hands, but a home is built by hearts. What are the things that make a house a happy place to live in? Both the home and house. Do you understand the difference? We built houses. That house became a home. How? That is the question. What are the things that make a house happy place to live in? The love between the family members, their caring, their understanding make that house a place to live in, a happy place to live in. Write about a happy home using the hints given. What are the hints? Relationship among the members of the family, care of each other, then adjustment, then how love works, then duties and responsibilities, then proper understanding, respect. So many points are given here. Love and care, so many points. Adjustment, how love works, proper understanding, duties and responsibilities, relationship among the family members. You can understood, I think you can understood the importance of home. Okay, as we grow older, our health declines. We often become prey to several illnesses such as loss of memory, shivering, indigestion, sleeplessness, etc. It is a fact that your grandparents are with you. You can understand their problems. Do you talk about them, about their health problems? That is, they are thinking about their sleeplessness. Sometimes they lost their memory. Their hands were shivering, and their digestion problems, and so many problems faced by old people. Old age is not a burden. We must care of them. We must take care of them and love them. It is our responsibility. It is our responsibility, and that is the moral of the story, the wooden cup. We must love our parents and also our grandparents, and we must take care of them, love them, and we must understand their problems. That is the moral of the story. I think all of you understand this story. You can simply answer all these questions because all are simple questions related to this story. You may read each question, then answer this question. You can write in your own words. Any doubt you can ask me, not to copy from any other books. Only by reading and writing in your own way, you can understand what is the gist of the story, and you can do these activities in other situations. Whenever you are in an exam or for any other writing competitions, you can use these sentences, these words. So you may write all these activities individually. Okay, we completed the story. Now we can start another story, that is a village Puram. It is not a story, it is a description of a Puram. Description of a Puram. Who wrote this? A village Puram? Anita Nair. Anita Nair, who was born in Shornur in the state of Kerala on January 26, 1966, is an Indian English writer. Her novels, The Better Man and Ladies Couples, were translated into 21 Ladies Coupe were translated into 21 languages. She was a famous writer. She was born in Kerala. Her name Anita Nair. Have you heard about Anita Nair? Anita Nair? Okay, village Puram. We knew that in every society, lot of festivals, cultural programs. That is, a society has its culture established over the years, the festivals, rituals, and social activities. One such a beautiful activity, that is Puram, a representative festival of Kerala that is shows an aspect of its culture, that is village Puram. By reading this description, we can understand how do people celebrate their occasions in these times. How are they related to their culture and tradition? We can understand by reading this description, a village Puram. Now your task is you can read this village Puram 3 times. Then you can underline the difficult words. Then try to find out its meaning from dictionary and glossary. Okay, I will read for you. So all of you please listen. A village Puram. Mountains of bananas, hillocks of paddy, yards of jasmine, hillocks of paddy, yards of jasmine, rows of glinting glass bangles, shimmery satin ribbons in rainbow hues, trinkets, toys, the call of the vendors, the mouth-watering aroma of murukku, that is murka, the beat of the drums, the stamp of feet, the acrid smell of gunpowder, the heat, the dust. This is the lore of the Puram. And it is to feed this memory that I go home again and again to the Puram at the Muttashi Kavu. Okay, the first paragraph you may also read. Then the second paragraph. In the old house, we wait anxiously. A heap of paddy in a para and a lit bronze lamp is kept ready. As the distant throb of drums comes closer, the children scamper down the mango trees and rush to hide behind the adults. The gate creaks open and the Tira and the Pudan saunter in with a jingling and a clanging that would awaken even the dead. I feel the familiar feel of the dead wash over me as the grotesque masks come closer. These are the faces nightmares are made of. The Tira and the Pudan are symbolic representation of the goddess who visit each home to chase away the evil spirits and bless the family. The drummers begin to beat their chandas, cymbals clash, and the Tira and Pudan begin to dance. With the vigor of supernatural beings, they twist and turn, greet and twirl, raising clouds of dust with their swirling feet. When they stop abruptly, there is an eerie silence until once again the drums come alive with a pagan rhythm. In the olden days, measures of paddy were given as an offering of thanks. Today it is money. The Pudan tucks the cash into the sash at this waist and it turns to go to the next house to announce the coming of the Puram. The Puram ground sees the blossoming of many art forms be it classical, folk of contemporary, from Kathakali to Carnatic vocal concerts, to mimicry, to ballet, which is the local term for a musical performance involving many costumes, songs, and dancing, with a thin plot line woven to hold it all together. Artists are invited from all parts of Kerala, and each year the temple committee tries to outwit the previous committee's performance. It is the day of the Kalavela, one of the typical sights of the northern Kerala temple Puram is the Kala. Kala means oxen, made of straw, built around a bamboo frame and dressed ostentiously with the sequins, mirrors, and brilliant colors. Each pair is created to outshine the rest. More than 25 to 30 Kalas come from the various villages and wait at the Kala Paramba auction ground. We walk around each pair examining its exorcist handiwork. When we stop to admire one pair, the group responsible for it prints in delight. For the moment, they have scored a victory over the rest. And then starts the pyrotechnics. Rows of iron cylinders are kept on the ground, filled with gunpowder. And as one is lit, the spark from it sets the other one off. The explosions rock the ground, fill your ears, and rock within your heart. And by the time you recover from it, the drums begin their thunderous music. For once, each of us is lost in individual worlds. The older folk remember Purams from the past and as always compare this one to those in their memories, now further enriched by age. An extract from A Village Puram by Anida Nair. It is somewhat difficult to read, so all of you read 3 times this description, underline the difficult words, and try to understand its meaning by referring glossary or dictionary. I will teach you on next class. First of all, you may try to read this description fluently. Then only we can study what is the content of this description, A Village Puram. Now we can stop today's class. Your homeworks, write all the side questions from the story The Wooden Cup, then some other questions, and to prepare a grandparents day greeting card, then complete the story wheel, then write about your experiences, some questions. Okay, I think you can complete all these questions individually. Any doubt for you, you can call me. We can wind up today's class. Thank you.